In addition to scheduling computation, you'll often want to repeat this computation. We can do that using timers as well. So let's go ahead and write some code. Written here some HTML boilerplate. Then I'm going to go ahead and add a button. On that button, I'm going to add an on-click event. And to that, I'm going to add a run function, which we will write in a minute. Then I'm going to write a div, which I will give an ID of display. And I'm also going to style the div with a nice big font. I want that to be nice and visible. And this is going to be 10 times normal. Now for our script block, I'm going to go ahead and start with a variable called counter. And I will initialize that at 0. Then I'm going to write my run function. And within it, I'm going to check to see how many times this function has run. If this has run more than 5 times, I will stop. So let me go ahead and add my conditional statement. Counter is less than 5. Then we will do our set time out. And the parameters will be run and 500 milliseconds. Now in addition to that, I'm going to go ahead and add a line here to write into the document. So as you can see here, I'm getting a handle on this display element and setting the inner HTML to the value of counter. Now I need a couple more things. One is the counter needs to increase by 1 each time that function is called. And I also need to have a label here for my button. I'm going to set start or call the run function. Let's go ahead and review what we've done. We created an HTML document. As you can see, we added a couple of elements, a button that calls the run function, then a div which we're using as a placeholder to write back into the document. Then we specified a counter variable, and we have a run function that executes and calls itself as long as the numbers of calls have not exceeded 5. So let's go ahead and load that into our browser and call the run function. And yes, we can see there that the counter went from 0 all the way to 4 and then stopped. So this is a bare bones, simple bit of computation to repeat something you've scheduled into the future. So you can go ahead and try this on your own. Go ahead and try a couple of variations, and this is something that will be quite useful for you. So with that, I'll go ahead and thank you and say goodbye.